We've built a pricing tool. So while everyone has the autonomy to choose how they price their engagements, they came to join Dark Horse because they wanted some guidance there. So we built a pricing tool that has a few key criteria that you can select from a drop-down list to really structure how you're looking at a new prospect. So that pricing tool kind of helps you get a range, but sometimes they're like, CAS is complicated when it comes to pricing and understanding exactly what the client wants. So we might set up a meeting and walk through what the client requested, and we'll take a look at it together to see what's the best price.
Yeah, and I would recommend anybody listening or watching, go to the Dark Horse website and just click around their pricing, because even the client-facing drop-down is really robust relative to, like, I think normal we'll call it not best in class, but normal, like you're doing a good job, is like you have prices listed, or you have an opt-in to download pricing, and they kind of come in these like good, better, best, and then you kind of see like, it'll be like $500 asterisk, and then it'll be like maybe, right? Like, and that's kind of like what's normal. But with Dark Horse, there's, you're inputting variables of, the size of the firm, number of employees, the frequency, and so you have all of that public facing. Is that the same set of tools that's used internally, or do your principals have like another set to then zero it down even further?
Yes, I appreciate that question. So we do have the client-facing one, and that's really also to serve kind of as a filter too, to make sure that people understand this is the price range that we're starting at. So, it kind of weeds out those that might not be willing to pay a certain amount. So that gives them a good price before they come to us, so they understand we're in the same ballpark as each other. On the back end, there's a formula that we've created that has a few more ambiguous, I guess. The more ambiguous pieces of pricing, the softer elements of like the art of it is how complex is this going to be? And so we have this effort scale, and you can select, is this going to be low, average, above average? Because there's this intuitive element to pricing that's really hard to quantify, and we'll try to quantify as much as we can. Like it might be based on a percentage of revenue and number of transactions or bills or things like that. But there's also the squishy part of pricing, but that intuition is there in a lot of people. And so you might know when you're speaking with a client, this one's going to be kind of a big one. And so we have a scale that you can select from to kind of determine how complex and heavy of a lift is this going to be on top of the quantifiable variables.